Oh, is there one more way shrine? I've missed a way shrine. I've missed a way shrine. It's a good thing we're in such a beautiful place, because something like that would really annoy me otherwise. Yes, it is, and so here we are. Somewhere in a forgotten vale of sorts. I think, actually, we're probably quite into the border of High Rock right now. Wonder where the clues are, Any rocks that are kind of high? Hard to tell with the fog around, and bugger, that has moved in really fast. We have found the last way shrine. So, without further ado,
the sun. It would be better than this.
Welcome, initiate. This is the way shrine of sight.
Of sight, right?
Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Absolutely, yes.
Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Again, absolutely, yes.
Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
Okay. Now, despite my somewhat thoroughness, I am sure there are lots of places within this valley, within this vale, that I have yet to see.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Yet, Kardra, thank you. Yet, I don't know, it's like Blackreach, it's like the Soul Cairn. If there comes a time where it seems sensible to come back here, I will. But for now, we have to be looking forward to the inner sanctum. See, there are things like, when I killed the giant, there was that gem. It was like a resonance gem, like the one I found on Solstein, but it isn't. But it's a special gem which could use that portal. I suspect if I killed any more giants, I'd find more gems like that and maybe use it in another portal? Or maybe even the same one. Maybe that could open to multiple places. I don't know. What is simple and straightforward, and that I do know, is beyond the current scope of what we're doing. We're going forward. Not scampering around, we've done enough of that. There may well be time for that, but for now, if there's any exploring to be done, it's within the inner sanctum. At least that place has some walls. At least some which haven't crumbled down yet. Now, is it here where I need to go? Let's pass through. Yes, it is. Okay. Here we are. That fog has rolled in suspiciously fast. Very ominous. Almost signposting what's to come. Excuse me. Can you hold, like, my backpack and make sure I don't fall off? Thank you. Look at that. Oh, look, another nest. If only Langley was here. Not. Wow. Forgotten by time, man, and almost Mer. And Serana, there is one last thing playing on my mind. I think I've aired most of my grievances now about where your allegiances lie and how you can prove where they lie. Although it isn't really my choice. But look at me. Your eyes have changed colour again. How have you been feeding throughout our time together? Every morning and night it's become like a twitch now. Just like putting my boots back on. That I check my neck, my wrist, my ankles, anywhere where I have some exposed skin that you might feed off of. Or really the kind of places where I'd feed off of once upon a time, but that's irrelevant. I'm pretty sure it's kind of an unspoken rule amongst all of us travelling here that we all check ourselves every so often. I'm not seeing any
What
bites.
is that funny-smelling red plant you are carrying?
You were looking at you. Though if you're looking at me, it was a crimson nunroot probably. How are you feeding yourself? Is that an excuse for your weird behaviour? Because you're not feeding yourself? Maybe it's too convenient. And look at this. The Snow Owl's visual representation of the very deity I have been saying his name in vain for Akatosh knows how long. Oriel knows how long. Good to see you. Oh no. Obsession with Akatosh, Uriel in this place, really comes from Merlin. Why? Why does Merlin have an obsession with Akatosh of all people? Probably one word would explain that. Alright, so this place is lost. Time. Time. Let's give this one a go. There we go. Filled exactly. And thus, this fills. And the door is opened. So, we're after this arch-curate fella. What was his name, Serana? Began with V. Viathera, something like that? We'll see. Either way, we are going to have a look at everything inside this place. Because unlike the Vale, this place is probably quite a limited space. Though, that remains to be seen. And, I was going to say we ought to be looking out for any artifacts in particular. This kind of place looks fairly promising, though. Unlucky. What did that, though? And hang on, are they snow elves or betrayed? You stand fairly tall, so I'm suggesting snow elves. No. Now you got these.
This fall mirror. They're frozen in the ice.
You think they're betrayed, do you?
I wonder how long they've been like this. And I thought the soul cameras could be.
I think it's just you, Serrano. You keep making these places look creepy. Hang on a minute. I just pick up some of those things that I could never pick up inside the... I'll have that. Inside the caves around here. There we go.
What do you need?
Any thoughts?
Mr. Dragonfly is quietly pondering what we are up to.
Can't say I blame him. Give me a moment. Right. Is everything frozen in here? That's an altar, that's a door. Bob that on. And look at that, just opens right up. That's a door. Yeah, that looks valuable. I'll take it. Should not have taken that. Oh, sorry. Although, I suspect Jazargo jabbing you in the back there, that wasn't accidental. Okay, so we've got a side passage here. What is that? Is it bad? I'm hoping it's a troll. That's a giant. And what they say earlier, they're probably all carrying those gems I picked up. Ran into a couple outside which I didn't take down. This one's in here, and if it's in here, it's fair game as far as I'm concerned. Another door. Chest. Just the one. We got a place to run off to.
Knew I did something.
Let's keep burning this thing. Without getting hit, Carjo. It's alright, I got your back, mate. Yes, it's got one of those. What would I do with that? Can I just pop it on there? I might well just go and pick up the thing with the fancy name. The jug, as I'm gonna call it. Awfully common. Okay. Good thing you held on to this, Karja. I kept it in such a good condition because I can't guarantee that I would have, although I'm the one carrying 2 Elder Scrolls, which I keep patting my backpack up every so often. If I told you how many times I checked those Elder Scrolls are still bulging in my backpack, I'd be telling you every 30 seconds. Make sure this place stays open. Okay. Interesting. Why is the one there? It's probably just to open it back up again, sure, but curiosity got the best of me. Let's go, Inigo. I'll give you another chance. Just because it's you. Okay, so better check in here. And you. Now, I know what one of those, well, what the pedestal looks like. It's not an altar, the altar's for the jug, but the pedestal is for the gem. All's not lost. Though we have to be very careful now, let's not leave anything behind. Now that I've found one of those, I am rather paranoid that there's going to be a secret chamber off one of these rooms, which I am going to miss. If I remember right, the pedestal was rather bright. Aureal's power.
Where'd you...
not permanent. Yeah, split him in half. Pardon me. Knew it. Well, that's satisfying. I'm in an hour to cast my candlelight here. Got just enough light. A lot of healing potions here. A lot of them. Now, I haven't missed anything, have I? I don't think I have.
Done and done.
I thought that was it then. Thought I was in. I was there thinking, well, here we go, be able to use it here, but no, not in that these. I'll find it. If I'm just chasing my tail. Okay. Question remains, what did this? Because I originally thought it was the power of the shrine, the power of Oriel, which did it. Except it no longer seems so. Anymore. Just in time.
Done and done.
Okay. No mysterious passages. Bloody hell. We go left or right. Let's try this side. Okay. Still empty-handed, relatively speaking. Let's have a swig of something. Why not? Should really wash it down with the water after, but the aftertaste of that juniper berry is just to die for. I better be you. Right. Very different glow in there, a mystical energy on the air. Do we have to drop down? I think we're gonna have to. I'm determined to find this ruby thing fits into. I'm not going down there straight away. Though it appears I may well have no choice. Right, all of you, get ready for this one. I don't have a good feeling about this. I got your back, and you got mine. Always and forever. someone stood there. Always feels a bit presumptuous to suddenly start drawing your bow. Though I suspect if we are going to end up entangled in a fight here, the things doing the fighting are to my left and right.
Did you really come here expecting to claim Ariel's bow? You've done exactly as I predicted and brought your fetching companion to me.
Well, Carjo, right?
Is he talking about me?
Well,
Which, I'm sorry to say, means your usefulness is at an end.
Who's there?
cover to the back, one front.
Where'd you come from?
We got more. Thank you. I got this one. Should we just... Don't think that's... Bring loose.
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own deaths.
Watch out! He's falling down the ceiling!
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that was a blatant attempt on our lives. Oh! Ow! Ow! Thank you. Helping to go out.
Done and
This
done.
has gone on long enough.
Who's there?
Goodness sake.
My life is long. You were born.
Let's look at a shot on him. I feel like every time we get an opportunity, I just gawk at the guy. Yo, ow. Let's do some swigging. Let's do some swigging. Okay. There's some stamina. I've got any to hand. Probably staring right at me once again. I've got some skooma to hand, but not really that desperate at the minute.
Won't ruin centuries of preparation.
Centuries?
Surrender and give us the bow.
Oh!
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Come on, we can do this. I know we can. He's up
Carjo,
there on the balcony.
turn around. You there? Sit outside. Fine.
Enough, Burger. Give us the bow.
How dare you? I was the arch-curate of Ariel, girl. I had the ears of a god.
Until the betrayed corrupted you. Yes, we've heard this sad story.
Gelibor and his kind are easily manipulated fools. Look into my eyes, Serana. You tell me what I am.
You're a vampire? But Ariel should have protected you.
Hmm?
The moment I was infected by one of my own initiates, Ariel turned his back on me. I swore I'd have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want to take revenge on a god?
Ariel himself may have been beyond my reach, but his influence on our world wasn't. All I needed was the blood of a vampire and his own weapon, Ariel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Ariel's bow.
You're the blood of a vampire and...
You created that prophecy?
Oh.
A prophecy that lacked a single final ingredient. The blood of a pure vampire. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor.
Waiting all this time for someone with my blood
What?
to come along. Well, too bad for
What?
you. I intend on keeping it. Let's see if your blood has
What?
any power to it. Where'd you come from?
Victory is this.
I'm a bit perplexed. We got numbers. Well, let's have a look at you. Could she sit you upright? I don't think I can. That'll do. I'm sorry, but I gotta. I really gotta. I take it that's a vampire thing rather than you being you, because that's me you being you, then I've got a lot of questions.
Yes?
In fact, I'm just going to assume it was you. I was going to say, the reason why I've been here for a couple of minutes is... it's quite the throne, isn't it? Although I hadn't gone so far as to take a seat in it. Jazago.
What is it?
Karjo, get out of there.
Not possible.
Make it...
It will be done.
make it possible. Fine.
Is that all?
How's it feel? To have usurped to the rightful king, eh? No. I can't imagine getting comfortable there either. Would you lean that side or that side? Seems a bit... sharp? Flat? Oh. There's Yellowball. Steadfast. Nice to see you here.
So the deed has been done.
It has.
The restoration of this way shrine means that Verther must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him.
The former is true. The latter... it isn't that simple. The betrayed weren't to blame.
What? What are you talking about?
Well... he was a vampire. He controlled them. I suppose as you find out that someone's a vampire, it often explains a lot of things.
A vampire? I see. That would explain much.
As it often
Deep
does.
inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here.
And you know what? From your perspective, I can see why you think that. A bit naive of you, but I can totally see why you think that nonetheless.
Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Auriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
You risked everything to get Auriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the Chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask.
Sun-hallowed arrows? Excuse me, Auriel's bow. Auriel's bow. I suppose it'll fit right between the Elder Scrolls I'm carrying, won't it?
It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful.
If there's
It is,
assistance I
it
can
is,
provide, just ask. It's the least I can do.
Sure, I've also got a bit of a theory about that ruby thing I picked up.
If there's anything at all I can help you with, please ask.
Still,
What can you tell me about Oriel's bow? You mentioned some hallowed arrows. What's all that about? It has something to do with the prophecy? I haven't read it, you see.
The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Lorcan in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond.
Wow. Anything relating to Auriel, to Akatosh, I can imagine have been quite a hit with Merlin. Whatever he intends to do with these artifacts, after all. The original reasoning for coming out here I'm tending to doubt now, though it was a righteous one. It fits in with what I'm doing now with the Dawnguard and the companions, so that original reason, even though it may not be the full truth, I'll run with. What can it do, to your knowledge?
The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire.
Right, sounds powerful. My bow at the moment does that, but it's not Auriel's bow.
That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead.
Let's see, so this Verthia said something about using blood. I'm taking this to be Serana's blood, or at least Serana's family's. I mean, like a mother? No, it's all to do... Well, actually, it might be.
Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it.
Hypothetically, Gillibor, how will I obtain sun-hallowed arrows? Are they a special arrow? Because I think I've got an idea about the blood portion of this.
I can actually assist you in that regard.
Can you?
If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals.
I'm sure I'll pick some up back through there. Would you mind?
Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time, so if you want the rest of your arrows blessed, let me know.
Sure. Tell you what, take some of those and take some more.
Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time, so if you want the rest of your arrows blessed, let me know.
I might never use them, but I'm just going to have those there just in case I ever do. Now you've entertained me, I'll entertain you. Can the betrayed ever be cured? You seem rather hopeful about it. Is that going to be your purpose now?
I feel nothing but sympathy for the betrayed, despite my actions against them. But I'm afraid that they're well beyond a cure at this point.
That's a change of tune. And despite your actions against them, what about their action against you? It's a two-way thing here, Gillibor.
The twisted forms you've seen didn't occur overnight. It isn't a plague or a disease that ravaged our species.
If only it was.
Dwarves may have stolen their sight, but it took many generations for them to become what they are today.
Yeah. So there's no hope for them. I mean, you have to look at them, don't you? I was just indulging your fantasy, and that's all it was. It was just a hopeful moment for you, was it?
Perhaps they'll never return to their former appearance. But over the centuries, I've noticed a rise in their intellect.
Okay.
If a line of communication could be established with them, maybe they can find peace.
So
It's the only way they'll discover that they weren't always malignant. They were once a proud and prosperous race.
So that's where your hope comes from, I see. What happened to the Chantry now, then? Will you guard it now and forever, just as you have before?
While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind.
I suppose by taking him out, we've all contributed to your kind's extinction. Though, it could very easily have been you that he took out.
There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves, nestled elsewhere on Nirn. I'll also assume Vertha didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand.
Who do you think you are? What will What will you do to them?
For the time being, I will remain here on the Overlook and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course.
May well do. Thank you, Gelabor, for everything.
Farewell, friend. May the glow of Auriel shield you from your enemies.
From me and Merlin, my Akatosh, light your way. Same sentiment, same deity. Same hope, same lust for life and what it brings. Can I climb back over here? Pardon me. So that's where the dragons punched out of the ice sheet. Now, I have a theory. It's over there, I believe, is where that portal was with the. It wasn't a lectern. What did I call it? Pedestal? Was it a pedestal? It might have even been something else. But where I can use that ruby paragon thing, like an amethyst. It's like some kind of gem. I'm gonna call it a paragon. That kind of sounds kind of like what it is. Since I'll be able to find another one of these pedestals up here, like I hypothesized, I'm gonna lean back on the second theory, that all of those which I happen to pick up from these giants can be used and activated at that one pedestal, which means I'm going to take the way shrine down to there again and try the portal there and see what I come across. I could well stay behind here and track down more giants, as if I could track down more gems to use in that pedestal. But honestly, I made the rule for myself. I didn't want to be wandering around here for any longer than I already have. I've been here for a couple of days now. It could easily be a week or two. And I made the rule that I'd investigate anything that I found here within the inner sanctum, because it is such a, contrary to appearances, such a treasured and delicate and worshipped place.
Not as shiny as I was expecting.
What are you looking at?
Still, it's beautiful.
Guys, pull your pants up.
I trust you're faring well.
You too. Now, where was it? Is that about it? I think that's the ice sheet. So yeah, we'll try here.
It's not as shiny as I was expecting.
Turn it in.
Still, it's beautiful.
Okay, I think it's there. Yes, the only reason I'm investigating this one is because I found it inside the sanctum. Anything within the sanctum is sacred, and I'll treat it as such.
It's not as shiny as I was expecting.
Serana!
Still, it's beautiful.
I bet. What do we do now?
I think we both know. It's time to face my father. If we don't, he'll keep chasing us for the rest of our lives.
Serana, I've kind of teed this up for you to hit a couple of times now, and I do hope, for your mother's sake, that you come to terms with this now. If we do that, we'll have the numbers, we'll have the manpower, we'll have the plan to storm Castle Volkihar, but in the end, he will have to die.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. It's not easy, but I don't think we have much of a choice. No, this has to end here and now.
Here. Let's face him, Serana. Despite your weirdness and our differences, I made the promise to your mother to keep you safe. And to keep you safe is to put you in danger for one last time, to face your father, together, and clean that gutter out.
If we head back to the castle and kick the front door in, we're gonna be knee-deep in his friends. Let's head back to Isran and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two.
Found it. Okay, so I think I left the first one in last time, purely because I came out in a completely different place. So if I take it out there, pocket that there, take the other one out there, and pop that one in just there, hypothetically, this will take us somewhere completely different. Let's see.
you stand it.
This might be the first time we've actually said that where it's actually true. You know, easy to get lost in here.
Let's get this.
Oh, hello. Hey. Oh, goody. What is that? Hang on, is that? Oh my. Look at the engravings on that. Uriel's shield? If that's anything like Auriel's bow, that is at least worth looking at. Oh, I've got a twofer. I've got a twofer for Merlin, a twofer for the vault. Now that is why I wanted to investigate that ruby one in particular. Although, we've got company. Jazargo! Let me just give the troll a head start. But please, it's your livelihood at stake. Come on. So what is this place? Just a splinter? Okay. Let's head back to the main Vale and how do we leave? Same place we came in, I suppose. But getting back into that cave, there's certainly a way to get back up to where we first had our dark fall in that cave. Wasn't there? Bloody well hope so. The time is now, I reckon, probably around 6 PM. And I reckon by the time we get through there, get up top, and get our bearings again, it'll be dark all over again. But where we emerge, is it worth putting my grievance with the carriage driver aside so we can just get straight down there on the main road down to Fort Dawnguard? For this, for what we're about to do and what we're positioned and postured to do, I think it's about worth that kind of thing. Come on, fellas. And you. Let's go. And so here we are, guys. I'm shattered. But we're here. We made it. It's the day after. Carriage down here. Barely slept. But certainly ate and drank. And waited the time away. This place is looking as good as it's actually gonna get at the moment. There's more to be done, sure, absolutely, especially on the interior. But I suspect Isran is not gonna have a chance to do anything more to it right now. Unless we put an end to all this. And the way we put an end to all this, well, I do suspect Isran is not gonna take much convincing. Do we have the manpower? I hope so.
The bow. You have Auriel's bow. I've heard it described in tales, but I could never have imagined its beauty.
Yeah, you just see it there protruding out of the back of my backpack. I should probably really get a handle on that. You've grown awfully comfortable to having her behind you like that. Isran, we need your help. Although I figured you knew this day would come. Yeah, I don't even think I need to phrase it this way, but I'm going to do that anyway.
Indeed. The day hasn't been won while Harkon still walks Tamriel. But what of Serana? Can she be trusted to lift a blade against her own kind? Her own family?
That is the question. That is the question. Would I say that, Serana, Serana, I'm trying to deliberate in your own case, and you are trying to undermine yourself, clearly. Would I put it that way, Isran? The way you just said? Not in those certain terms. What I would say is that I trust her to do the right thing. I think she's come around to the idea.
I suppose that's as much as I can hope for. Let me address the Dawnguard and then we'll be off. The men deserve to know that we've finally gained the upper hand.
Everyone, gather round.
Right then.
Come on then. We haven't got all day.
Once you do your little thing, we'll talk plans. I have an idea for how we can get in there, though I suspect ramming the front gatehouse may well be the best option. At least while we have the numbers. Plenty more outside. Who we're missing? Anyone? At all? Dexian's there, isn't he? What a bloody no.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed. Watch your back.
You too. When you decide to get on with this display. What's everyone looking at me for? And what are you telling her? Well, 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 would you look who it is? I don't even know who you are, but at least you're here.
For too long, we've allowed these vampires to poison the night and kill our people. Now, we finally have the means to strike back. We now have Ariel's bow. The gods themselves have favored us, and we must answer with action. The time has come to finally put an end to Harkon and his unholy prophecy. We will march on their lair and destroy those wretched abominations so they can no longer corrupt our world. This is our fight, and this is our fate. This is the tide of the Dawnguard! Kill the abominations!
Give him a crossbow bolt between the eyes for me! Send the troll after them.
Not a bad idea.
It's time we take the fight to their door. Gather your things and rest well, my friend. We meet outside Castle Volkihar.
Right then, I'll meet you on the beach. We'll get a bunch of boats, requisition of the local ports if we have to. We'll make a plan. We'll storm Castle Volkihar. Take it, clean that gutter out, or die in the attempt.